Okay, hi, and welcome to our class today. So, you know that we have been talking about food. We've been able to know how to use our nouns, if it's for singular or if it's for plural nouns, and lots of vocabulary to talk about food. And also, when we say some, many, much. So, these were words that we use when we make a negative sentence or a positive sentence or a question to do with food. So for example, I need some bread. Or you could say, how much apples do you need? Or I don't have any bread. So those sentences, you can see we have a noun, we're talking about food, and it's using words like some, much, and many. So what are we doing today? Today, we are going to be going to the markets. So the markets where they sell lots of food items, and we're going to imagine that we want to buy something. So we're going to imagine speaking and asking that we need something. How much do we need? How many? What's the price? And yes, using lots of vocabulary. So let's go to the market and create a conversation. But before we do that, hi to Yana, who is online with us today. And hi to everyone else in class. Okay, so let's go to the markets. So you're going to go on groups, and you can see we're going to create a conversation, conversations at a farmer's market. Now let's read some examples of imagining that we want to buy something. So you can see there's a person here, and they're speaking to the person about what they need, how much they need. So some examples are, so remember, these are conversations. So we're imagining. Okay, so we have this conversation here. So, hi, can I help you? And the person says, hi, yes, please. Do you have some meat? So remember the word some. Do you have some meat? You don't know how much, but I mean, you haven't said how much, but you just want some, more than one. The person says, yeah, which type of meat do you need and how much? And the person responds, I need a kilo of ground beef, thanks. Okay, do you need anything else? Yes, I would like 300 grams of sugar and 2 bottles of milk. Okay, I've got some fresh tomatoes at half price if you like. No, thanks. I don't need any tomatoes. How much will that be? How much will all that be? Or how much does that come to? And the answer is that will be $50. Okay, so you can see there's a conversation, and it sounds very natural. And the way that, you ask, do you need anything else? Would you like something else? Okay, let's read this one from Edward. So we've got, hi, how are you? I'd like to buy some bananas. Okay, I'd like to buy some bananas. Okay, how many bananas do you want? Now remember, banana is a countable noun. So we don't need to say something of kilo of something. We need to say just a number. So 8 bananas, please. I'd need some other vegetables too. How much does a kilo of tomatoes and carrots cost? I'm making soup for dinner tonight. The tomatoes are $2 per kilo and the carrots are $4 per kilo. Okay, how much of them do you want? I need to have 2 kilos of tomatoes and 3 kilos of carrots, please. Okay, that will be a total of $5. Okay, on card, please. Do you have a bag? I forgot mine at home. Yes, I have a bag for you. Great, thanks. Okay, so that's another natural conversations. So usually people will ask you, do you need a bag? Would you like a bag? So you can also add that. So try and create a conversation that's very real, as if you are going to the market and you're buying something. So maybe think of the meal. What are you buying? Are you buying some ingredients because you're making a food? Or do you just need, some vegetables and fruits, a few things or snacks? Okay, so create a conversation and we'll come back and we'll check them. Okay, so let's have a look at the conversations that you created at a farmer's market. So Yaneth's group says, good morning. What products do you have fresh today? Products could mean not necessarily just food. It could mean like candles. It could mean something for the home. If we're in a fruit and veg market, what produce is more related to fruit and vegetables? So what produce do you have fresh today? That's a very good question. Usually a lot of people say, hey, what's fresh today? And they'll say, hey, we got this in today, especially with fish. We always say that. What's the fresh catch of the day? So what produce do you have fresh today? Eloise says, good morning. We have a variety of fresh produce today. Are you looking for anything in particular? That's really good. Are you looking for anything in particular? Do you need something like exactly something or just anything? That's the question. Yana said, yes, I'm interested in some fresh vegetables. Very formal language. So she would say, yeah, I need some, I need some fresh vegetables. What do you recommend? Yeah, I need some fresh vegetables. What do you recommend? Again, it's very formal language. So when we're at the market, we'd just say, what do you think? Or maybe she could just say, yeah, I need some fresh vegetables. Because she already said, what do you have fresh today? And the man says, okay, what do you want exactly? So she just said, yes, some fresh vegetables. So he could say, Eloise could say, okay, well, we have some tomatoes, lettuce, carrots, and broccoli. Good. Good use of vocab to do with vegetables. All locally grown. That's really well. That means that it's grown right here in this country. Not just in this country, but maybe, in the same town that you live in. So you're not getting this food from outside of the country. It's grown right here. So that means it's very, very fresh. And pick this morning. How much do you need? Well, you want to know what does she want first. So I might not say that because you gave her options. So you have to wait to see what she wants. So I might not say that question yet. So Yaneth could say, great. So she could respond like, wow, great. It's all fresh, local. Great. I would like a couple of kilos of tomatoes and some carrots. Maybe not just what is the price, or okay, I'd like a couple of kilos of tomato and some carrots. Great. Maybe she could say how much. Great. How much is a couple of kilos of tomatoes and carrots? And then Eloise says tomatoes are $2 a kilo and carrots are $1.50 a kilo. Are you interested in anything else? Again, it's very formal language. It's not casual, So I would say just answer the question first because you don't know how much she wants yet. You just told her the price, so you have to wait. So Yaneth would say, I would also like, so she'd say, okay, I'll take maybe 2 kilos of each. So 2 kilos of each. And I would also like to take a bunch of fresh lettuce. How much would that be in total? Good. And I'd also like, you can take off to take, and I'd also like a bunch of fresh lettuce. How much would that be in total? Good. Eloise says lettuce costs $1.25 per bunch. In total, that would be $6.50 for the tomatoes, $3.75 for the carrots, and $1.25 for the lettuce, which adds up to $11.50 in total. Yana says, perfect. Here's the money. Yeah, so perfect. You could just say, perfect. Here's the money. Could you pack it all up for me, please? Good. So could you put it all in a bag for me, please? Eloise says, sure, let me pack it all up for you. So again, it's very unnatural to keep responding in the same way. You just say, sure, of course. So you don't really need to repeat, yes, I'll pack it up for you. Can you pack it up for me? So you just say, yeah, sure, of course. Do you need anything else? Good. Do you need anything else? No, that's all for today. Thank you for your help. Good. No, that's all for today. Thank you for your help. You're welcome. Have a nice day and enjoy your shopping. Good. So very casual, natural ways of welcoming someone, talking about, what would you like? How much is the price? Using, negative. So we had a negative. No, that's all for today. But yeah, and very good ending as well. So good. Thank you for sending that. And let's look at the second one. So I'll just send this one back to Eloise in a moment. Okay. Angeli's team. Okay. Hi. Can you tell me how much this bag of rice costs? Yep. Good. So we know we have a bag of rice. And that's a nice way to ask. Can you tell me how much this bag of rice costs? Fo says, of course, it costs $3.99. And how many kilos are in the bag? Good, 2 kilos. Perfect. I'll take 2. Yeah, I'll take 2 bags. Where are the carrots and how much do they cost? That's nice. So that's true. We also ask, where are this? So that's a very good question. Where are the carrots and how much do they cost? Fo says they're in aisle 3. So usually in a supermarket, yes, you have aisles, which just means like sections. But in a farmer's market, you got to imagine they're all in front of him. So he'll say, oh, they're just over there or just over there. So we're not in a shopping center. We're in a market. So you know the difference? So everything's in front of him. So Fo could say, so where are the carrots? So you could just say the carrots are here. So maybe you took her, it's very close, the carrots are here, and they are $1.49 per kilo. Angeli says, and how much does each bag weigh? Well, if it's per kilo, that means that they're separate. So they're not in a bag. They're separate because you said per kilo. So the carrots are here. And they are $1.49 per kilo. So I might take this question off because they're separate. They're not in a bag. Because when you say per kilo, that means you're going to fill up a bag and put the carrots inside. And then you're going to weigh it and see what it comes to. Angie says, so I might take that off. She'll say, okay. And where's the cheddar cheese and how much does it cost? Good. In aisle 5. So again, let's take off the question where. Okay, and I'll take some cheddar cheese, please. So maybe let's just say that we want something. I'll take some cheddar cheese, please. And then Fo can say, sure. Sure, they are $5.99 per kilo. Per kilo. And then Angie says, all right, I'll take 2 blocks. Thank you. You're welcome. Do you need anything else? Good. Customer says, no, that's all. Thanks again. Good. So let's go back a bit. Really important. Try not to always respond in the same, like, how many kilos do you want? I took up the cost. We don't really say, how much do they cost? They cost this. So try to say, how much do they cost? Then just say the answer, $5.99 a kilo. So we don't want to be too formal when we speak. We really want to be very casual. And, would you like anything else? Yes, I'll take some of this. I'll have some of this. Really good. Okay, the last one we have is from Javiera. Good, we've fixed it up. Okay, so Mia says, if I need to buy vegetables, if to cook dinner. If means maybe. Like if I need to do this, then I need to do somewhere else. So I don't know why you said if. It's just I need. I need to buy vegetables, fish, and seafood to cook dinner. Javiera says, perfect. Here we have the freshest produce at the fair. Good. So fair is like, it's like a little short festival. So maybe they're there just for a short time, 1 week, 2 weeks. Perfect. We have the freshest produce at the fair. And then Mia says, great, good. So great. I need 2 kilos of tomatoes and 5 onions and half a kilo of lemons. Don't forget that it's more than one. It's half, it's less than one, but it's lemons because you're buying more than one lemon. You're buying half a kilo of lemon. Maybe, I don't know, there's 2 in there or something. So I need 2 kilos of tomatoes and 5 onions and half a kilo of lemons. Javiera says, do you have a bag for the vegetables? Mia says, no, don't forget it. I don't know. So you've got a question, do. So you have to say yes or no. So do you have a bag for the vegetables? So Mia could say no. Could you give me one? So no, yeah, could you give me one, please? Could you give me one, please? And Javiera says, yes, of course. Here is one. So again, repeating the same words is not very natural. So yes, of course. Here you go is a very common way when we give someone something. We say, okay, here you go. Okay, so again, we don't keep repeating the same words. Could you give me one? Yes, I'll give you one. So it's very unnatural. So yes, here you go. So Mia says, I also need some fish. Good, because she did say fish. Maybe we can change it. I also need some barramundi. So I'm just going to put a type of fish because then the person's going to ask, which fish do you want? So I'm just going to say, also, I need some barramundi because good, she said before seafood. And Javiera says, how much do you need? Yeah, how much will you need? Mia says, I need 3 kilos. So again, you don't need to say of fish. We know you don't need to keep repeating the noun. So how much do you need? I need 3 kilos. Javiera says, okay. You need some more? You mean, do you need anything else? So we don't say you need some more, because some more of what? So, okay, anything else is how we say, do you want anything else? So you can just say anything else, or would you like anything else? Do you need anything else? Mia says, I don't know why you say if. So again, it's a question. Anything else? Yes. So you have to say yes or no. When someone asks you a question, yeah, you have to say yes or no and then give more details. So yes, I need some seafood. Okay, so you could say yes, I need some. So yes, I need 3 kilos of shrimp, 2 kilos of salmon, and 1 kilo of eel. Good. So nice mixture of different, maybe this one. So you got tomato, onions, lemon, you got your vegetables. Maybe this could be, so I need to buy vegetables, fruit, and seafood to cook dinner. So maybe we can just change this one. I also need some apples, for example. How much will you need? I need 3 kilos. Okay, anything else? Yes, I need 3 kilos of this seafood. Javiera says, okay, so again, you have to show that you have packed it up and you're going to give it to the person. So, okay, maybe that comes to $5. I'm just going to pretend. Okay, that comes to $5. And then Mia could say, she could give the money and say, thank you. And then Javiera could say, I hope you have a delicious dinner. Yeah, I hope Usually it's more common. We say, I hope your dinner. So I hope your dinner turns out well. That means I hope it turns out delicious. Like I hope it tastes good. So, okay, I hope your dinner turns out well. Bye. Good. Okay, so again, what did we learn? We have to make the conversation more casual and not keep repeating, words. So a little bit more, when you answer, you just say, okay, anything else? Yes, 3 kilos, thanks. So we're very quick when we respond. We don't keep repeating the noun, how many grams of cheese do you need? I need 3 grams of cheese. No, we don't keep repeating the noun. So how many grams of cheese do you want? 3 grams. That's it. So you don't repeat the noun. Okay, good. So that was conversations at a farmer's market. So we went shopping. We know how to ask for what we need. We know how to say how many kilos or how many packets or how many grams or how many liters. If it was something liquid like oil or juice, we would say how many liters. And yes, or if it was tins, tin of tuna. We also had slices. If we were buying slices of pizza or cake, we could say slices of something. But yes, so that's conversation at a farmer's market. Okay, so we're talking about food labels. But before I tell you what food labels are, let's talk about what kind of foods we eat every day. Which ones are good for us? Which ones are not good for us? So we can say, when we talk about what we enjoy eating, we can say something like, I eat meat a lot in my week, especially with salads. So that's true for me because I do like meat. So I eat a lot of meat. Maybe it's a hamburger or just a steak. But yeah, and especially with salads because I love fresh salads. Salads with cucumber, with capsicum, lots of lemon, olive oil. Why? Because salads are really healthy. I think it's fresh, it's healthy. But I try not to eat meat every day. So I love it. I eat it a lot, but not every day. Okay. So how about you? What do you eat a lot in your week? It could be something that maybe that's not good, like chocolate, or I eat a lot of junk food, a lot of chips or cake, or and you could say, I know it's not good for me, but I like to eat sweet stuff. Okay, so I wanted now to talk about packaging information. So that means when we go to buy some food, on the package, you'll see that they will give you a lot of information. So maybe you'll see the expiry date. Now, the expiry date is also called the use by date or the best before date. That means that you must not eat it after this day. Okay, so it means when does it finish? So this date, you'll always see that date. Try to buy something before the date. Now, you can maybe eat it for 1 or 2 days after this date, but it is best to eat it before. So you always notice there's an expiry date. Okay, it will say something like, the 20th of March, 2024. You'll also have some nutritional information. So nutritional information will tell us how many calories it has, how many proteins, carbohydrates. So when you see these words, it will just give you a number. You'll see the price. So you'll know how much does it cost. You'll always see the price on a package when you buy something. You'll see produced by. So you'll see the country. Where is it made? Sometimes it will say made in, Australia or product of Thailand or something like that. You'll also see the brand name. So that means the company, who made it, the brand name. Calorie serving. So again, that's more the nutritional, the weight, how much does it weigh? So if it's like a packet of cucumber, you'll see how much does it weigh. You'll see if it's organic. So have you seen this word? Organic means that it's grown without chemicals, in better soil, without using, sprays and all that for bugs and insects. So organic is a really good way to grow your vegetables or fruits, but it is a little bit more expensive. So it's good and it's expensive. So if you see the word organic, you know what that means. You should know what that means. You'll see the name of the product. So what is it? Is it broccoli? Is it eggs? Is it bread? You'll always see the name of the product. The barcode, okay, the barcode is where they need to scan it when you buy it. So it tells them how much it is. Maybe it's something like a tin of sauce. So it will have the ingredient list. It will tell you exactly what did they use to put in there. Maybe gluten-free. Now that's a new one. Gluten-free means when you cannot eat flour, you have an issue with digesting flour. So it has to be flour without flour. So instead of flour, you could use maybe corn flour or almond flour. You can use a different type of flour. And you'll see this thing called the traffic lights. So that's a new one. It just means green would be something that's good, and orange and red. So you can see the name of the company here. So this is for nuts. You could see dry fruits and spices, packed and manufactured by. So it says the name of the company, where is it made? If you need to contact them, the email, the nutritional facts, which we talked about, the ingredients, so it's only almonds. How much does it weigh? So it's a 500-gram packet. The best before, so there must be a date there. So it's packed on, they made it on the 27th of January, 2021. So you have 1 year. After this date, no good. There's the barcode, okay, that you scan it. And yes, so not every country, there's a country, looks like it's from India. So this is just an example of almonds, okay? It's a packet of almonds. We're going to imagine it's an almonds, and this is the label that we would see on it, okay? So it's called a food label or packaging information. So food label. Okay, so now that we know that information, what can we find on a food label? We understand what they mean. Let's read an article together about food labels, and I'll read first and then you can read after me. So we'll practice our reading together. Okay, so the title of the article is An Eater's Guide to Food Labels. Okay, so you can repeat after me. An Eater's Guide to Food Labels. Superfood. The word superfood is popular nowadays. It's usually food with lots of vitamins, and it's often more expensive than other food. But superfood doesn't mean much. Anyone can write superfood on any type of food. So check the rest of the label. Natural. Like superfood, natural is another popular word on labels, and it often adds to the cost. It means that everything in the food is from nature. Meat, vegetables, etc. But this is not always true. Make sure you can look carefully at the list of ingredients before you buy. Best before. The best before date means the food is best before this date. But you can still eat it afterwards. You don't need to throw the food away immediately after the best before date. Low fat. We often think that fat is bad, and low fat food is good for you. But this isn't always true. Some low fat food has a lot of sugar in it. And remember that some types of fat are important for humans. Calories and portion size. When the label has the number of calories in one portion, be careful. Your normal portion size is often bigger than the one on the label, so you eat more calories. Traffic lights. Some countries use traffic lights on labels to help customers with their choices. Red means the food has a lot of fat, salt or sugar, and is unhealthy. Orange means it's okay. And green means it's very healthy. More and more countries plan to use traffic lights because they're easy to understand and you don't need to read every word. And I'll just go back. I forgot to read the introduction. It says, you're in your local supermarket. There are hundreds of packets, bags, jars, and tins of food and drink in front of you. Which one do you choose? You could look at the price first, or you could read the label to find out if it's healthy. But do food labels tell us everything about the food we eat? So now we know, we read it, and just some vocab, calories. It's the way that they measure how much energy that food gives you. Portion just means the size, how much portion do you want? What size do you want? Ingredients, we know that they are the different things that they put, items to make that food. Vitamins, we know, you've heard of vitamin C, vitamin A. So they're really good food, natural substances in food. They're really natural in food. Okay, so you remember the article about the food labels, and that means that when we buy something, a product, it could be in a tin, in a can, like a can of tomatoes, a can of sauce. It could be some nuts, whatever it is that's in a package. Maybe it's in it's in a plastic package, maybe it's in a bag, whatever it is, you're going to have these food labels. So we need to know, what are we looking at, and do we know how to read it and understand what it says? So food with superfoods or natural, when we see that word natural, it often costs more money than other food. So for number 3, it often costs more money. Okay, so anytime we see natural, or the same as organic, it's always going to cost a little bit more. The best before date means the food is good to eat before this date. Remember the best before date? So you must eat it before this date. It could also be called use by date or the expiry date, or it could say packed on. In low-fat foods, there is often a lot of sugar. So it's interesting because it says low fat, but that means that there is a lot of sugar. Okay, so just be careful. When you see low fat, it means more sugar. So 3A for question 3. And traffic lights on the food labels, they help you choose healthy food. So we've got this word here, mean, and we can use it in different words, so different ways. So if I say red means the food is unhealthy, that means I'm trying to say or show you or tell you what something is. So if I say to you, this means this, it means I'm explaining to you, giving you an explanation what it means. And if I say healthy means the food is good for you, that means I'm trying to explain a word to you. So question 5, do you know what I mean? Have you heard that expression? So when people say, do you know what I mean? It's the same as saying like, do you understand me? Do you know what I mean? And you can respond, number 5, you could say, yes, I get what you mean. I know what you mean. I understand. So when we say, do you know what we mean? It's because we want to check that someone understands something. So 1A, do you know what I mean? We're trying to check that someone understands something. You could also say, I see, said the blind man. We have this saying in English, I see, said the blind man, means I understand. The same as saying, do you get it? Do you know what I mean? Do you get it? Do you understand? Okay, so that's what that expression means. Do you know what I mean? So do you know what I mean? Okay, another expression that we have is, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. That's to say that you understand. Okay, so I see what you mean is the same as saying, I see, said the blind man, I understand. So I see what you mean. Okay, so interesting word. I see what you mean. We have another one. Your pizza is delicious. I mean it. So when you say, I mean it, it's an expression. Okay, it's a type of way to say that you are serious. Like, I mean it. I'm very serious. I mean it. Okay, so I mean it is like saying I'm serious. It's the same as equal, I'm serious. Okay, I'm not joking, I'm serious. I mean it. Okay, it's like when mothers tell their children, if you don't eat this, then you won't get dinner, then you won't go to play with your toy. So she's very serious. She's saying, I mean it. If you don't do this, then this will happen. I mean it. And we went out for dinner last last Saturday. So when I do that, when I say I mean, and I change what I said before, it's because I want to correct something that I said. So I say something before, like maybe I said, oh, his name is John. And then I said, sorry, I mean Tom. So because I want to correct that my mistake that I made before, sorry, not John, I mean Tom or whatever. Okay, so that's what I mean. And then you said something else here. So it's to correct something you said. Okay, so these were just some expressions with the word mean. Okay, expressions with the word mean. Now, mean is also a verb, and it means like to be angry, like to be really rude to someone, mean. If you're very mean to someone, you're very nasty, you're very, bad to someone. But these were expressions, like, do you know what I mean? Okay, so we know how to, what that means. I see what you mean. I mean it. I mean. Okay, so let's have a look at the writer that wrote the article that we read before. If you could look at the price first, or you could read the label. So let's look at these kind of ways of giving advice, or maybe making a suggestion, or saying that something isn't necessary. So when I give advice, it's because I want to make sure to tell someone you should do something, like I really care. I want to give you advice. I want to, tell you that something is better for you. So, maybe you want to say, be careful. That's giving an advice. If I say, be careful, don't cross the road before looking to your left and right, because I want you to be careful. Or if I say, you must do your homework, it will help with your English, then that's an advice. If I say, you have to, you should, okay, they're types of advice. You should really listen to, watch English films. It will help with your English. You should do that. Okay, that's giving you advice. If I said to you, make sure that you do your homework, that's an advice. But if I give a suggestion to someone, it means words like could. If you want, you can borrow my book. It's just a suggestion. You don't have to do it. It's not important. It's just if you want. I'm just trying to give you like an option. A suggestion is like an option. So I can say can. If you hear someone say remember, like, oh, remember to come to class early tomorrow, or remember we don't have a class tomorrow because it's a public holiday. It's a suggestion. I'm just trying to tell you to remember. Want. If you want something, usually that's a suggestion. So these kind of verbs show us that they're a suggestion. If something isn't necessary, that means it's not important. You don't have to do it. It's not necessary. You don't have to, you don't have to buy the book. You can go and use an online book. You don't have to do something. It's not important. Okay, so if I said you could look at the price first, or you could read the label, that's a suggestion. Because I said could. You could do this if you want. It's like saying if you want. So number 2, check the rest of the label. So when I say check, I'm giving a very strong advice. Check that you've brought your passport. Make sure that you check that your passport is with you if you're traveling. Check your timetable. Make sure that your classes you've booked into your ticket. Check online. Make sure you look carefully at the list of ingredients before you buy. So I said, make sure. I'm giving you advice. I care. I really want to help you. So I'm saying, make sure. Check the label. Make sure that it's gluten-free, whatever. If I say you can still eat it afterwards, so you can is a suggestion. You can if you want. You don't have to do it. It's not important. You can. Number 5, you don't need to throw away the food. So it isn't necessary. You don't have to. It's not important. Number 6, remember that some types of fat are important for humans. Remember. And when the label has the number of calories in one portion, be careful. So again, I've said be careful. I'm giving you advice. Okay, so now what are we going to do? We are going to write advice for healthy eating. So you are going to give someone advice, to give us advice. You're going to imagine that someone is reading your post and you want to give them advice. So remember, healthy eating is good ways of eating. So let's read some examples. So we have from Anna. Anna says, I eat blueberries, which contain vitamin C every day in the morning because they are good for health, to help prevent heart disease, improve memory, and help tissue growth. They also contain a protein called collagen, which is used to improve our skin and heal wounds. Okay, Clayton says, I eat bananas 4 to 5 times a week. I love bananas because they are a good source of fiber, are rich in potassium, vitamin B6, vitamin C, and several antioxidants. Juanita said mangoes. So she's picked something that's healthy. Mangoes are an excellent source of vitamin A, C, and group B. They are important for the nervous system and for proper functioning of metabolism. They are rich in magnesium, which is related to proper functioning of the intestine, nerves, and muscles. Mangoes also help strengthen part of our bodies, our bones and teeth, and improve our immunity. And let's go to Lewis. Fish. Fish has as much protein as meat, is rich in vitamins and minerals, and some varieties of fish are also an important source of omega-3 fatty acids, which are beneficial, that means good, for cardiovascular health. Fish is a food with nutritional properties that promote cardiovascular health for all ages. Okay, so that was some advice for healthy eating. Okay, so we're talking about advice for healthy eating. So Eloise says avocado. I eat avocado because it contains fiber. So we just want to make sure it's the Australian British spelling. So fiber, F-I-B-R-E. So because it contains fiber, making the intestines work better. Full stop. It's also, so when you add another point, you say it also has twice the potassiums of bananas, in addition to providing vitamin E, B6, healthy fat, and antioxidants. Good. So that's a lot of good reasons for eating avocados. So really good. I love avocados a lot. I don't know if anyone, I like to put a little bit of lemon. Very beautiful, very nice. Some people like to put pepper or, yeah. Just salt? Salt? Yeah, yeah. It would be so nice. Okay, Javiera says, I eat broccoli because so you got to repeat the subject. So we don't want to repeat the subject broccoli, but we can use, remember the reference word, it, because it's a singular noun. So I eat broccoli because it has several nutritional benefits. It is high in fiber. So again, make sure the British spelling. You've got a comma. Now remember, when you do comma, the last point must say and. So it looks like you've only got 2. So it is high in fiber and low in calories. It is richer in vitamin C than oranges. There you go. So it has more vitamin C than oranges. It also provides calcium and iron. There are many ways to eat it. Good. Steamed? I never tried that. Fried? I never tried that. Baked? Never tried it. Sauteed with other vegetables? Yes. In omelets? Yep. make sure the spelling, or salads. It is very delicious. As you said, with maybe just a bit of salt or just by itself. It is very, in omelets, salads, I might just put comma, the last point, or even by itself, just alone. If you just eat it that way, you know, just get a spoon and eat it, it is very delicious. Good. So we have broccoli. Sorry, no, I was thinking of avocado. That's not by itself. I never tried it in salad. Sorry, I was thinking it's good if you add a picture because I was thinking avocado. So fried, baked, yep, sauteed with other vegetables in omelets and salads. It is very delicious. Okay, faux, orange, and I like the emoji. I like to eat oranges because oranges are rich in nutrients such as vitamin C, fiber. So again, we want the British spelling, folate, antioxidants, but are low in calories and sugar. Good. So instead of but, because you make it sound like that's a bad thing. So we want to say because oranges are rich in nutrients such as vitamin C, fiber, folates, and antioxidants. And then I might start a new sentence. It is low, because that's a positive sentence. It is low. It is very low in calories and sugar. I can eat oranges every day. Perfect. Good. They are very, very good. Good. We have Mia. And I know you don't have Facebook. And Yaneth. Okay. Would you like to read what you wrote? Okay, remember we were having conversation at the farmer's market. Okay, so I will be Yana. So good morning. What produce do you have fresh today?
Good morning. We have a wide variety of fresh produce today. Are you looking for anything in particular?
Yeah, variety. Variety. Yes, I need some fresh vegetables.
We have tomatoes, lettuce, carrots, and broccoli, all locally ground and packed this morning. How much do you need?
Picked.
Picked?
Yeah. Just make sure you're reading my comment that I sent back in the chat.
Teacher, do you send again, please?
Yes, I will send again because I think, yeah, you're reading a different one.
Yeah, sorry. I'm outside the site.
Yes, that's okay. No worries. Okay, I sent to you in the chat.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, so great. How much is a couple of kilos of tomatoes and carrots?
Tomatoes are 2 a kilo, and carrots
$2?
$2 a kilo, and carrots are $1.5 a kilo.
So you could say $1.50. $1.50 a kilo.
A dollar, 1.5 a dollar a kilo.
Yeah, 150 a kilo.
150. No point. No point five.
It's a little bit long to say $1.50 a kilo. It's very formal. You can just say $1.50 a kilo. Because remember, this is very casual. We're in the market. So, at $1.50, yes, you can say like that. Or really quickly, $1.50 a kilo.
Okay.
Okay, I'll take 2 kilos of each. And I would also like a bunch of fresh lettuce. How much would that be in total?
Lettuce costs $1.55 per 25 per bunch. In total, that would be $6.50 for the tomatoes, $3.75 for the carrots, and one
$1.25.
$1 for the lettuce, which adds It's up
Yeah.
to $11.50 in total.
Yes, perfect. Here's the money. Could you pack it all up for me, please?
Sure, of course. Do you need anything else?
No, that's all for today. Thank you for your help.
You're welcome. Have a nice day and enjoy your shopping.
For the vegetables? I also need a son and horse. Shrimp. And 2 kilograms of this salmon and 1 kilogram of the beer. Okay, thank you. Perfect. So well. Hope you have a great meal. Yeah, perfect. Okay, thank you. Now we have who are you working with? Fo and Angeli. Yes, but Angeli's not here, so I'll read with you. Okay, so ready? Hi, can you tell me how much this bag of rice cost? Yeah, you might have to come. Yeah? Okay, so hi, can you tell me how much this bag of rice costs? $3.99. Yeah, or $3.99. And how many kilos are in the bag? 2 kilos. Perfect. I'll take 2 bags then. Where are the carrots and how much do they cost? Okay, I'll take a kilo and I'll take some cheddar cheese, please.
They are 5.99 per kilo.
All right, I'll have 2 blocks, thank you. No, that's all. Thanks again. Perfect, thank you. So good. So we have been shopping at the markets. We have a few more minutes. Let's read this one. Let's do Eloise can be Joe, and Javiera can be Brian. Okay, so I think you need to come here so Eloise can hear you because it's really hard to hear. Okay, Eloise, would you like to be Joe? And then we have Javier.
I'm Joe.
Yes.
Okay. Hello, welcome to Paisa Market.
Hi, thank you. Thank you. Do you have some lemon?
Yes, how many do you need?
6, please. And do you have some meat?
Of course. What kind do you meat?
What?
Oh,
T-bone steaks.
it's a delicious good quality.
It sure is. And how much of it do you need?
We need 4 kilos.
Oh, Brian, don't forget the packet of pasta. Sorry, sir. Do you have a packet of pasta?
Yes, I do. How many?
Sorry, it was 3 people.
See?
So Eloise, you can say yes, I do. Sorry, say again.
Sorry, teacher, I don't listen you.
Ah,
Yes, I do. How many packets?
Use one.
How much is that?
yes,
For the lemons, $5.
Mhm.
For the meat, $40. And the pack of pasta, $2. So I'll talk $47.
Take card. Yes,
Excuse me, sir. Can you give Usana pita? Okay. I will give you these 3 bananas for
Thank you.
free.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Okay, so I think sorry, there was meant to be three people in that conversation. So Napita, isn't that like a free gift? Like, do you have anything for free? No, it's not Spanish.
Sorry,
Ah,
listing don't good.
really? Hmm.
Yes, I don't listing Javiera.
Ah, yes, yeah. She's a little bit far away. That's okay.
Sorry.
That's okay. So Napita, I think Brian was telling me it's like, do you have anything for free or to taste? Is that right? Is it Brazilian? Not no, Colombian, no, or like Spanish, no? Okay, interesting. I can't remember what they told me. Okay, let's do one more. Let's do which one didn't we read before? I think this one, George. So J will be Fo and A is going to be Mia. So you can read this conversation. I'll read it first and then you can repeat after me. So J says, oh yeah, you want to come here? Okay, so let's hear this conversation at the market.
Hi there, I'm looking for
Ingredients,
zuma,
spaghetti.
I need some butter. I need to packet.
How much ground beef do you need?
I need 5
100 grams.
so I need 100
Grams of Parmesan cheese. Of 1,500 with cheese. Do you need anything else?
no. I be for now. Thank you for you.
You're welcome. I'll be going to need anything else. Yes, perfect. Thank you. So again, really good conversations. We could see the nice welcoming. We could see the nice ending. No worries. Thank you. You're welcome. Have a nice day. Enjoy your meal. So really casual conversations at the farmer's market. Okay, so that's where we'll finish today. We went to the markets. We know how to confidently go and ask for what we need. We know how to say how much of something we want, how many grams, how many kilos. We know to ask for extra things. Do you need a bag? Would you like something else? Anything else? Okay, so next lesson, we are going to be going to a restaurant. So we're going to start looking at a menu and know how to read what is an entree, what are the mains, what are the desserts, what are the drinks, lots of different vocabulary with menu at a restaurant or cafe. And then we're going to look at some natural expressions. So how do we ask in a restaurant for something that we want? How do we say we want something? We need something, you know? So we're going to practice again going to a restaurant this time. Okay, so how do we order at a restaurant? So that's next lesson. And also with next lesson, we're going to be writing a recipe. So you're going to tell us how to make something. Maybe it's a cake, maybe it's empanadas, a recipe. So you're going to share with us a traditional recipe from your country. We want to know how to make it. So we want to know the list of ingredients and what to do. How can I make it homemade? Okay, so that's all next lesson. We'll see you then next time. So bye, Eloise, and
Bye, teacher. See you tomorrow.
see you tomorrow. Bye. Good night.